Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And welcome to another series of quick and important information being brought to you by the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Yuan squeezing out dollar on Russian market. Commerçant. Now, earlier this year, and I believe also late of last year in December, there were reports of the dollar losing its grip in many countries. And well, today we're really starting to see that with the yuan squeezing out the dollar on the Russian market. Now, before in the past, I typed in on Google what happens when the USD is no longer the leading reserved currency. And which in a matter of fact, we can just look into that again. But I believe your dollars will be worthless. Okay, you be finding yourself to spend more money on things that you need. You see, but yeah, that's right. They said your dollar would be worth just mere pennies, right? Mere pennies. So let's just say if $1 was worth 5 cents, right? How many dollars would you need just to buy a loaf of bread? Even if a loaf of bread was only $2, how many dollars, if $1 was literally worth 5 cents, how many dollars would you need to buy a loaf of bread? You would need about 20 singles. Especially if $1 was worth 5 cents, you would need about 20 singles for one loaf of bread. Anyways, what happens when the US dollar is no longer the reserved currency? Okay, so let's look into this right here. Okay, just real quick, some quick research. Okay, see the war, see BRICS, Russia. Excuse me a moment here. So I'm looking for it. Okay, so they're not going to show it here. Okay, so right here, I'll just read this, right? So it says, whatever debt you have now will follow you into a currency reset. Okay, what is a currency reset? No matter the world reserve currency, you'll still owe your mortgage, credit card, car, and college tuition. The big difference is that those dollars will now be worth mere pennies. You see that? So that's what happens when the dollar is no longer the world's reserve currency. Okay? So now let's go back. Okay. So what's happening here is that the US is losing its grip in many different countries as being the reserved currency. Russia has already for 3 years now, Russia has been fighting to get away from the dollar. China has been fighting to get away from the dollar. And as a matter of fact, I believe Russia and China came up with a deal where they can do trades in commodities and oils and many different REMs, rare earth metals or minerals, using their own currency while basically kicking the US dollar out. Okay, at one point they talked about dealing with, trading in gold and silver, and you know, you know, and North Korea, I believe, is also working towards snuffing out the dollar. Okay, there's many countries that no longer wants anything to do with the dollar. I believe Cuba. Okay, and some of these Brazilian countries are also talking about getting away from the dollar. Okay, so the Chinese currency has outperformed the greenback by volume of trading on the Moscow exchange for the first time on record. Okay, that's the yuan right there. Okay, so it says here that the Chinese yuan has overtaken the US dollar as the most traded currency on the Russian stock market for the first time ever. Business Daily Commerçant reported on Monday. Okay. So the US is losing its grip as its reserve currency on these different countries. Okay. So let's go over here and let's type in Ezekiel chapter 7 verse 19. And let's read this. It says, "They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed." They shall cast their silver in the streets. Now, you might ask, why would you cast silver in the streets? You need that to buy and sell. Well, back in the ancient world, silver was casted into the streets because it had no value to it. Okay? Now, in today's time, your gold and silver will be a representation of the dollar, the Petra note that you have in your pocket, the IOU, which you use to make purchases, trades, and exchanges at different department stores, merchandise shops, grocery stores, you name it. That is your gold and your silver. So when the time comes, the US dollar is going to be so devaluated that you're not going to be able to make good use of it. It's going to be as good as toilet paper. So you know what's going to happen? You're going to toss it aside. You're going to throw it into the streets. Your money is going to be worthless in that day. You see? So all you people who are rich, or you're saving up your money, you're wasting your time, because inevitably it's going to be worthless. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. So Lord's will, I was able to keep you informed through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. With that, I'm going to say Shalom. On to the next one.